I am freedom for all. United States Holocaust Memorial Museum under Echoes of Memory. This is Grandchildren by Susan Warsinger, posted November 17th, 2022. 6 million Jews were killed during the Holocaust. The immensity of this number does not reveal who these people were and does not give meaning to the lives they lived. The number will never tell the full story of what has been lost. All those people who were killed, including most of my relatives, were important. They had all been busy, living lives, and contributing to society. Any number of their children and grandchildren could have become great scientists, doctors, lawyers, chefs, actors, poets, writers, dancers, engineers, athletes, teachers, and so much more. The loss to humanity is incomprehensible. I feel so fortunate that my immediate family survived and was able to immigrate to the United States in 1941, just before the worst atrocities occurred everywhere in Europe. I'm so grateful that I had a wonderful husband who together with me raised 3 beautiful, loving, and intelligent daughters who, in turn, each presented us with 3 grandchildren. We have 9 grandchildren to love and watch over. Below is a photo taken of all 9 of them when they were between the ages of 7 months and 9 years old. 4 of them were born within 1 school year. Joshua and David are twins and are sitting next to Julian, who's at the far right. Erica is holding the baby, Lila. The photo was taken on August 7th, 1994. They will all grow and be healthy and choose the kind of people they want to become. I will briefly convey what each grandchild will be doing on February 2nd, 2022. My description will start with Brian on the left, who is wearing red shorts, and wander across, stopping at each grandchild until I end with Julian, who has his knee on the couch. Brian will attend Duke University and the University of Southern California and receive a PhD in biomedical engineering. He will become a research scientist at Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory. His research will include computational neuroscience, as well as brain-computer interface technology. He will wed his talented fiancée, Sarah, a civil engineer, and have 2 exquisite children, a little boy called Elijah and a baby girl called Faye. Matthew, during medical school at Northwestern, held an internship at New York University and an infectious disease fellowship at Johns Hopkins Medical School. Will work at the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention in Beijing, China, and serve as a clinician educator in internal medicine in Gulu, Uganda, and an infectious disease research fellow in Pune, India. He will also do clinical work in Rwanda and do research in Peru. He will become an assistant professor of medicine in the Division of Infectious Diseases at Johns Hopkins University's School of Medicine and serve on the advisory team for Johns Hopkins Precision Medicine Center for Excellence for COVID-19. Some of his research will focus on the diagnosis of acute febrile, not sure how that's pronounced, illness. He will marry the gracious Sahar, a development director at Campaign Legal Center, and they will have 2 delightful sons called Rami and Sabi. Erica will graduate from Northwestern University and move to Beijing to begin her consulting career in cable and media. She will learn to speak Chinese fluently. She will return to the United States and continue consulting in the same space. Later, she will join MediaKind, a software and solutions company, as Vice President of Technology and Strategy. There she will help MediaKind navigate an ever-changing industry. During this period, she will marry good-looking Mike, a history professor, and they will give me my first great-grandchild, Maya, and then another sweet girl called Noah. Lila will join the Peace Corps in Paraguay for 2 years and serve as a community health educator before receiving a master's degree in public health at Emory University, graduating in May 2022. She will be working with research teams that focus on local and global food insecurity initiatives. She will also be a COVID-19 responder with the Georgia Department of Public Health, where she will educate people on how to remain safe during the pandemic. She will continue to work in public health outreach and communications with a focus on the social determinants of health and climate action for global health. Sabrina will receive a degree in dance and biology at Marymount in Manhattan and dance professionally in New York, Washington, D.C., and Israel for a number of years. She will also teach Pilates, other exercises, and dance before receiving her doctorate in physical therapy from George Washington University. She will be a physical therapist in Washington, D.C., and marry Daniel, a dedicated teacher in Montgomery County Public Schools in Maryland. Rebecca will attend the University of Maryland and receive a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's degree from the University of Michigan in public health. She will work in the Office of Autism Research coordination at the National Institute of Mental Health. She will focus on outreach activities, including creating website content and increasing engagement with the autism community. Joshua will graduate from Harvard University and Tufts University School of Medicine and do his residency at Northwestern and Shirley Ryan Ability Lab. He will be a sports medicine physician at the Group of Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. He will focus on non-surgical treatments for various musculoskeletal conditions and incorporate diagnostic ultrasound-guided procedures. He will write several book chapters and pages on cutting-edge regenerative treatments to treat common orthopedic conditions. He will marry the lovely Alyssa, a senior editor for Home Chef. David will receive his doctorate from MIT and will be a professor of mechanical engineering at Purdue. At Purdue, he will run a lab focused on water treatment technologies where he will use nanoengineering and thermal sciences to make processes such as desalination more energy efficient and sustainable. His research will be supported by a mix of government agencies, companies, foundations, and startups, which he also advises. Meanwhile, David's teachings will focus on heat and mass transfer and design courses. He will seek to shape a better world through sustainable energy, efficient science, and engineering. He will be engaged to the delightful Toby, who will be doing her residency to become a radiologist. Julian will become the teacher of ice skating, rock climbing, paddleboarding, and basketball. He'll become the director of a program that works with children with special needs that uses adaptive athletes, including American Ninja Warrior and other sports. He will give therapy services to help children improve social skills and become athletes. I'm so proud of all my grandchildren's achievements and what they are contributing to our country and to the world. I'm delighted that I am an important part in their lives. I know that they will have a positive impact on our civilization. Their energy is boundless. I also know that they are rejoicing in the fact that they live in a democratic society and that they will be resolute in making sure that no dictatorship will ever usurp our liberties. I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to come to the United States, that my grandchildren will be part of the future. So whose future are you going to steal? Because this is what you're doing. You're robbing children of a future. Gutting education, health, everything that could help their future be brighter and better. Everything that her grandchildren sought to strive for. Everything her children sought to strive for. You just want to rip away. Why? To fund your own self-interests. Your own self-interests. It's your funds. You want a sovereign wealth fund. So you get to control all that money. And to pay for that, and to pay for your stupid tax bill, you're going to literally gut every program you can because you have no money. Because now the gig is up, man. We know your ass is broke. Clearly, because if you were at all the person you claim you are, pay for the shit yourself. Come on, Mr. Big Money, Mr. Successful Businessman. Where's your money at? How much did you pay in taxes? Oh, you don't want to share that? Never again. Never again. This election was clearly bought. By who else? The Musk, clearly. Who's going to be walking into our doors? You're so worried about immigrants? You think that's our problem? Immigration? The people who provide your food because you're too lazy to pick strawberries? You wouldn't work in the fields picking apples. That's why we had to hire these people. That's why New York City is fucking vacant right now, because a good majority of those businesses relied on, guess what? Illegal immigrants. Your food is going to be more expensive and harder to get because your ass doesn't know how to garden. Get real. The real threat is you and your lack of research. Your lack of give a shit to pick up the internet that's at your fingertips and not listen to the same echo chambers again and again and think your vindication is patriotism? You're not a patriot. You're just another Nazi. Oh, I said it. Goodbye. We won't stand for this. Stay peaceful, but get angry. Because things are about to get way, way, way worse. Just read. Just pick up one of those books you so heavily hate and want to burn and read it. Just read. Read a book. You'll understand. You're wrong. History is repeating itself, and you're marching straight into it because you're ignorant and you want to cut education because you think you're intelligent. That's fucking absurd. You should be angry too. Whose children are you going to steal this time?